about comics. Let's talk about comics. Let's talk about comics. Hey friends, how you doing? It's Charles here, and today I want to talk about King Spawn number 42. All I got to say about this is Spawn is back. What am I talking about? Well, if you've been following along, you know that in the Spawn universe, at Spawn 350, at the end of the battle for Hell's Throne, all the Spawn lost their powers when the dead zones were open all throughout the Earth. And it's been nearly a year throughout King Spawn, Spawn, Gunslinger Spawn, the Scorch. None of the Spawn or Angels had their powers, and they were mortal. And it was a different type of storytelling, different image, different feeling. But that changed with the death and resurrection of Al Simmons in the last issue of the mainline Spawn. I think it was Spawn 361 or 2. I did a review on it. You can find it on this channel here recently. But this right here, they don't address the change in this book. Like I've said before, King Spawn is almost like it's a parallel story featuring Al Simmons. And so it's in canon with Spawn, but whole different story, whole different thing. And one thing about it is they're not going to retread old storylines, and so you know that the powers are back in the regular Spawn and the Spawn mainline series, so they're not going to address it here. And in this story in particular, it starts off with some friends discovering a gruesome murder scene, and they don't know what it's about. And then we get to see Al Simmons, and this right here to me is the shot that sets the tone for the whole book. I don't want to give too many spoilers, but one thing I will say about King Spawn this whole run is Yodare Sinar has done exquisite, top-notch artwork. And it seems like every book there is a moment that sets a tone, and it's usually a panel that takes up a couple of pages. And here we get to see Spawn in all of his Spawn glory, with the chains shooting out, catching the bad guys, the cape unfurling. It is brutal. It is beautiful, and it announces that yes, Al Simmons Spawn is back in full power, and brilliant, beautiful shot. I gotta say that Yildiray Sinar is becoming one of my favorite comic book artists. But then we cut to Terry, his old friend and an FBI agent, comes to his door, and you're not sure what it's about, but you find out that the FBI agent has heard some rumblings about Terry and Al's relationship, about how they know each other. And he kind of sent him kind of a wink and a nod to give Al Simmons a message that he wanted to meet. And we find out that this murder and other murders that are happening, they fit a pattern from 25 years ago that this FBI agent has firsthand knowledge of, but nobody will take him seriously. So he recruits Al Simmons to help him find out what's going on with this murder spree, and it seems to be something that is cyclical. Very good writing. The art is brilliant, like I said, and we get a new bad guy. At least he's a new bad guy to me. A guy called Revenant at the end. Looks like he is going to be an amazing big bad. To carry the King Spawn series on for the next few books at least. Very excited about this. I'm very happy that the Spawn and the Angels have their powers back. I didn't mind what they did, how long it took, because I felt like it was a nice change of pace to see Al Simmons and the other Spawn negotiating life, not being immortal. But when you open the Spawn book, you want to see the supernatural power, the chains shooting out, him traveling interdimensionally, all of that cool stuff that is, um, is familiar to a Spawn audience. And I was watching earlier today, I was watching the old HBO cartoon, and this book felt like that cartoon. And so that is a very good thing. I mentioned the artist, but this is written by Rory McConville and Todd McFarlane. The creator of Spawn is he did additional script work, and the colorist is Ivan Nunes. So a very solid team. If you're not reading King Spawn, I don't know why you're not. I mean, if you're a comic book fan, this has it. Writing, art, everything, all top notch. And the great thing about King Spawn is you can jump in virtually at any book and be entertained. While the stories are overarching, they are very entertaining books that you can just get into and get out of and enjoy a single issue of. So that's my thoughts on King Spawn number 42 from Image Comics. Get it while you can at your local comic book store. And if you do not have a local comic book store, check out my friend Jeff over at Coffee and a Comic, where he give you free first round coffee with every purchase. Go check out their website, www.coffeeandacomic.com, and ask about their shipping subscription. I'll see you guys next time. Until then, keep reading them books. You know I'm going to.